Hello my beautiful Aquarius, how are you doing darling? My name is SimplyVelca and today I'm going to be doing your weekly tarot horoscope reading Aquarius for September 2021 darling. So if you find any cards that resonate with you in this weekly reading, you enjoyed my vibe for today darling, or you just in general enjoy this tarot reading, I would really appreciate it if you were to give this video a like and subscribe, because it does help me out a lot and I always appreciate it when you do that for me Aquarius, as well as let me know in the comments below how these cards resonate with you. I almost called you Gemini because I pulled the Lover's card is trying to come out rather. Let me know, Aquarius, how the cards resonate with you, because that's how I keep up with y'all, is through the comments of course darling. Also, remember as well Aquarius, just by looking at me you should know that this reading is meant for anybody. It doesn't matter what you identify as, he, she, they, or anything else darling. If it resonates, it resonates. Remember that I'm just a man reading some tarot cards to you though darling, so take the cards that resonate, leave what doesn't. But let's just jump into your weekly tarot horoscope reading now, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for y'all. I also have your monthly tarot horoscope reading, Aquarius, on the top right hand side you'll be seeing at some point in the reading, so definitely check that out as well at some point if you feel called to doing so. But let's get into your reading for today darling Aquarius. Let's see what's up with y'all. We have the Five of Pentacles coming in here, with the Knight of Swords coming in, as well as the Ten of Pentacles coming in Aquarius. Second row we have the Ten of Wands, with the Hierophant coming in here, ooh darling, as well as the Seven of Swords coming in here. And then for your third row we have the Chariot card coming in here, with the Knight of Cups coming in here. And then for your final card, the Three of Wands, to final off or close off your third row, darling. So before we get into this now, darling Aquarius, let's pull a tarot card to get a general vibe of this week for y'all. The choice is already made and y'all got the Wheel of Fortune. Fabulous card to be having, fabulous card. So the Wheel of Fortune, I'll be holding it up, is a card of, in this deck it's a card of adaptation to elevate. So the way for you guys this week, Aquarius, for you guys, because keep in mind darling, while I feel like most tarot readers will just go crazy and just be like, oh, Wheel of Fortune darling, that means things are gonna be working out in your favor. As much as we love to just hope and dream for that to be, like, sometimes that's just not the reality, Aquarius. You know, the Wheel of Fortune, just like it can be turning in your favor, darling, it can be going against you as well, where you might experience like a bunch of things just not working out in your favor. So, and I definitely sense that for many of you Aquarius, there's just been some a little bit of heaviness, darling. Admittedly, y'all are my, reading is my heaviest air sign reading that I'm doing. So I feel like for many of you guys, Aquarius, whatever, there's something that you need to be adapted or it's changing up in your life. You know, being a little bit more malleable is something that I want to say. You know, being willing to change your plans a little bit, change your perspective or view or your approach on something. I just feel like there's a need to edit. And being, it's such a weird imagery, Aquarius, but I'm being shown someone like typing up something on Microsoft Word, like their book or what have you, and then they're doing like a rough draft of it and like being willing to like go back from the start and taking care of, you know, and like in Microsoft Word off, I don't know if it even exists anymore, like you'll see like the red squiggly lines where it's just like, oh, this doesn't, you know, the system doesn't like this, you know, this might be misspelled or what have you. I feel like that's the period that you're at right now, Aquarius, where it's just like you have a bunch of red squigglies on your paper. Such a silly example. And instead, like, this is a time for you to make some edits. So let's get into this, darling, shall we? We have, addressing this Five of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and this Ten of Pentacles here, you're dealing with some anxiety in terms of the home life, darling, in terms of just your general stability. For many of you guys, especially just with how many Pentacles are coming in here, might be dealing with some financial struggles randomly. And I say randomly because this Knight of Swords here signifies to me where it's just like a bunch of like expenses coming in out of nowhere and you're just like, oh God, how am I gonna pay these bills? How am I gonna like stabilize after just a bunch of misfortune that you might be experiencing currently? And so that just seems to be like the main stressor for you guys, being like out, like where you just are not sure what your next proper move is. It just feels like anytime you start typing something up, darling, then it's just like some more red squigglies show up that you need to edit for you. So I feel like for many of you Aquarius, this is a time of just taking, like pausing, not typing anymore out in your story, in your Microsoft Office, darling, and just start addressing the red squigglies. such silliness. In your second row here, and I also want to make a note, tens in terms of tarot represents closures to cycles, so maybe they'll be relevant at some later point, but I just feel the need to point that out. Ten of Wands, Hierophant being your centerfold energy for the spread, as well as the Seven of Swords here. Now with this Ten of Wands being under your Five of Pentacles, this is exactly what it is that you're feeling stressed about, feeling anxious about, darling, right? Just feels like there's a lot on your plate, a lot of things stacking up on your plate, whether it's just like a lot of unexpected expenses happening. With this Hierophant here under your Knight of Swords, some of you guys might, if it's not in regards to finances, it feels like maybe in like either one specific relationship in your life, just things you're committed to, darling, right? It doesn't have to be relationships, could be in like your job. Like it just feels like there's a lot of hurdles that you're having, a lot of hoops and a lot of hurdles for you to be jumping through and going over, to be managing right now. Seven of Pentacles coming in here under your Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Swords rather, under your Ten of Pentacles, showcases to me where it's just like, yeah, it's a lot on your plate, and like so much so that like things are just starting to like fall out at the seams. Something I want to point out is that you're not alone, Aquarius. Like you don't have to take everything out on by yourself. The similarity by both of these cards, especially by their artwork, by most tarot decks anyways, is that both of them is just like trying to manage a lot. Whereas the Ten of Wands, that's where you're currently at right now, Aquarius, where you're just like, you don't want to let anyone else carry anything. You'll just deal with it all in yourself. Or maybe you want to and you're just not getting offered that help. Seven of Swords is that card where things falling at the seams. Now here's the thing, Aquarius. I always like to say with the Seven of Swords, with the Seven of Swords is like, I use the analogy of where you go grocery shopping, and you know, maybe I'm just guilty of this by myself, but it's like you go grocery shopping and then you're trying to just take one trip from the car to the house, and so you try to carry all your groceries, but it's because of that then you start having some groceries fall out, right? And you know, what have you. And so there's just like, it makes sense as to why I just feel like this message where it's just like, don't try to take everything on by yourself right now. If you're experiencing some financial struggle, you know, reach out to people closest to you. Or because I just feel as if I get this sense, Aquarius, where you might be surprised by like the support that you would get, right? I'm being shown, and I keep hearing GoFundMe now. Now I don't know if you guys are opening a GoFundMe, or maybe you've considered opening a GoFundMe, but like as an analogy, it's just like, you know, maybe it's like you've recently come into like some unexpected medical expenses, and it's just like, this is your time to just set up a GoFundMe, darling. And you'll just be pleasantly surprised by like how many people actually donate for your cause and trying to help you out, Aquarius. So, and then into your third row we have the Chariot card, Knight of Cups, Three of Wands here. The Chariot card coming in on your Five of Pentacles and Ten of Wands here, this showcases to me, I mean, straight up, just like taking this as a whole, Aquarius, it just showcases this sense of where coming in really quickly, a lot of anxiety coming in quickly, but because this Knight of Cups is under your Knight of Swords and Hierophant, it's like just as well as you having a bunch of unexpected expenses, unexpected obstacles that you have to jump through, you have just as many cups, just as many blessings trying to come in and trying to assist you, trying to help you out, trying to lessen that load. So don't be afraid of just even saying, she's like, hey dolls, you know, it's like, I'm struggling right now, you're having a lot on your plate, you know, take it up, you know, at this point, Aquarius, you know, I'm gonna have to say this, or I might piss some of y'all. I have this habit of trying to piss off my Aquarius, apparently, because I think I even said this in one of your previous readings as well, but it's just like, Aquarius, you know, you might have to put your pride to the side, darling, and ask for some help. Show a little bit more vulnerability, right? There is this sense here where I feel like you guys are just trying to take this all on your own, just because you don't want the world to perceive you in a way where you're struggling, or what have you. So yeah, this is just kind of like a direct message, Aquarius, where it's just like, just as well as you have all these obstacles, all these things being thrown at you, you have so many opportunities, so many outside sources trying to help you out as well. You just have to make it known, right? So many times we'll like want help from people or what have you, but we don't want to communicate it, right? And I always like to point out, it's just like, people don't know when to help you unless you say, hey, I need help, right? You know, it's like one of those things where people want help, but they don't want to say, it's like, I need help. Such a weird dynamic, right? That's why I say, it's like, put your pride to the side, darling, right? So let's start clarifying all this. We have the Queen of Swords clarifying the Five of Pentacles. Let me finish first. Y'all already know, Aquarius, I got something to say. Two of Swords clarifying your Knight of Swords, and then the Ten of Pentacles clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. So quite literally, Aquarius, like, y'all, enough's enough, darling. Stop trying to take things out on your own. As this Queen of Swords, that's what it is that you're exuding. The Queen of Swords, like, not a bad, like, I always have to say, it's not a bad energy, but I'm always extremely critical of the Queen of Swords in that it's like, you may be very empowered. You are very empowered, Aquarius. You can definitely handle a lot on your plate, but at some point, it's okay to just say you need help. It's so, like, I feel like for some of you guys, you're being pushed to this point for a reason. You know, so you actually are, you're going to be continuously pushed to the point of where you finally just like cave in and actually ask for help. You're having the Ten of Pentacles clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. That's a powerful sense of one, like, really does amplify. You probably recently, Aquarius, definitely had a lot of obstacles thrown in one specific avenue, or just, I'm going to say this now for a minute, I feel like for like 80% of you guys, this is talking about a bunch of unexpected expenses. Keep hearing like medical as well. So I'm not trying to say that you're trying to scare you guys or have you. Remember, I'm just a man reading some tarot cards, darling, but I just feel like it's just a bunch of unexpected like medical expenses to be dealing with. Even if it's not yourself, it might be like your pet as well, because I'm being shown a dog right now, a black dog, like a lab, I think. Girl, I don't know, I'm not a vet, I don't know a bunch of animals, I just know I know if I see a cat, that's a cat, darling. But I feel like for many of you guys, Aquarius, like, you have this habit, you have this cycle of just trying to take things all on yourself, not really trying to delegate. So we have the Six of Swords clarifying your Ten of Wands, Aquarius, with the Temperance card clarifying your Hierophant, powerful. And then we have the Ace of Swords clarifying the Seven of Swords. So definitely you cannot, whatever the situation is, Aquarius, you cannot keep doing what it is that you're used to doing, right? I feel like I really just feel strongly in that for those that are like spiritually in tune, spiritually practicing, Aquarius, like you're being challenged by some source of energy here, and it's like they're really going to just like take it upon themselves to really just like push you to your breaking point until you ask for help, whether that is just through guides or what have you. Like, it's just, I don't know, I feel very strongly if you are spiritually active at all, Aquarius, you have like a guide or some spiritual being, some deity that you work with that's really trying to push you right now. And so with this Temperance card coming in here, you'll notice with this Temperance card that it's a card of patience, but also with the Temperance card, they have one foot in the water and one foot out. So for some of you guys, you might have even like, before this reading, you have been in this point where it's just like, you're kind of tempted to ask for help, Aquarius, and definitely lean on your Hierophant connections, which means your long-term trustworthy connections. But at the same time, there's just like, again, this sense of pride or what have you, darling. Like, I feel like you've had thoughts of being like, oh, maybe I should set up a GoFundMe, and then like your thoughts or what have you just ending up, like, girl, you get the point. Like, truly just swallow your pride, Aquarius. Be willing to ask for help, because it's really going, especially, yeah, Six of Cups being in the back of the deck. There's people in your life that want to help you, but you have to make it known that you want help, Aquarius. Definitely be more vulnerable, darling. Be more vulnerable, honey. We have the Empress card showing up under clarifying your Chariot. The Sun card clarifying your Knight of Cups. Fabulous. This is exactly what you need, Aquarius. And then the Knight of Swords coming up again for your Three of Wands. So this is definitely not going to slow down for you guys, Aquarius. There's going to be just a lot of things happening for you, just like, and I feel like I want to even say like it's gonna be happening for the rest of your month now. I feel like there's just like once things start being thrown at you, it's not gonna stop and for quite some time. But it's not gonna be all like challenges, right? It's not gonna be all challenges. Obviously, with this Empress card and the Sun card being clarifying, like it's not gonna be all challenges, but it's gonna be. You're definitely gonna just be building a lot of character for the rest of this month, Aquarius. I do feel as if. Like you're gonna have to take some time to yourself and just be willing to just like take to ground. Obviously, I'm not trying to tell you guys what kind of routine to have, but it just is like you're not gonna be having much chance to like sit down and breathe anymore, right? And so that's why you really want to make it a point now to ask for help, Aquarius, right? Again, it's not gonna be all bad things, but it's just like this sense of where it's just like, again, like you're going to be ending this month and looking back on it and be like, wow, you just had a lot happen out in such a short amount of time, both good and what would be perceived as bad, right? So let's read these cards to Miss Aretha Franklin, as well as this Barbara Walters, darling, and let's get into your spirit guide and ancestral messages for this week, Aquarius. We have here the Six of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, as well as the, girl, come on now, the Ace of Cups here. Delicious, delicious, darling. So the Six of Wands, by definition, is a card of success. It's a card of public recognition. Knight of Coins here, Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving knight. So Aquarius, don't shoot the messenger, darling, and don't let this defeat you. But, you know, especially with the Ace of Cups here, it does feel as if, like, it's coming. Your moment's coming. Your blessings are coming, darling. It's just going to be a little bit slower, right? Coming at a slower paced. Seven of Pentacles coming in as the back of the deck energy. So it's just like your harvest is going to be a little bit slow. You know, you may be dealing with a bunch of like, right, you know, the Seven of Pentacles refers to like a garden, right? And tending to your garden each day until it starts bearing fruit. So while you may be dealing with like each week is just like the one week you just have like, a bunch of rain to like, or I don't know, it's just like you're dealing with a bunch of things, trying to like a bunch of weather outside forces that you can't change, but isn't trying to impact your Seven of Pentacles, what it is you're trying to nurture. You still want to keep pushing through with it. You know, you're maybe dealing with like a bunch of what have you. I'm trying to think of analogies that would be fitting for like a plant garden, but I don't want the analogy to confuse y'all, Aquarius. It's just more so the sense of where it's just like you're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff, but trust and believe, while it may not be happening immediately, darling, the Knight of Pentacles gets to where it needs to be going, darling, right? It may be the slowest moving, but it is going to be bringing forth that Ace of Cups, right? It's going to be bringing, like, eventually your garden starts bearing fruit, even through all the environmental stuff that makes it hard for you to tend to that Seven of Pentacles, tend to your garden or what have you. Right? I really like the I make it no secret, the Six of Wands is my favorite card outside of the major arcana, just because of how good it is. So Ten of Wands clarifying your Six of Wands, Four of Swords clarifying your Knight of Pentacles, as well as the Eight of Swords clarifying your Ace of Cups. So you guys are probably at this point right now, Aquarius, where unfortunately you probably feel a little bit hopeless. Or you don't want to say, maybe not hopeless, but you're just like, it feels like you guys don't really have that much optimistic thinking, rather. You may not feel like everything's going to come crashing down, Strength card, but it's just this sense of where you don't feel like you even have the time or the energy to even think about best case scenario. It feels very much so you guys are just in survival mode right now, which I completely understand. But hopefully this portion of the message, from your spirit guides, your ancestors, give you a little bit more hope, a little bit more faith in how things are going to turn out for you, darling. But now, Aquarius, let's get into how people are perceiving you right now, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on there, darling. How are people perceiving my fabulous Aquariuses currently? Let's see here. One last shuffle. Girl, we're gonna do another shuffle. I don't like how that one was. There we go. Right here. So we have the Four of Swords coming out again for you. We have the Ace of Swords coming out as well, twice for you. And then we have the Queen of Cups coming in for you as well. So this is kind of just what I was just saying beforehand, Aquarius, where it's just like people want to help you. They see you going through your battle, but they don't know. It's like they don't want to help or offer some type of communication. Be like, oh, hey, Aquarius, what's up? Like, do you need help? Do you need financial assistance, right? Page of Pentacles, offering a pentacle. It's like your struggles are not being hidden, Aquarius, right? So if your pride is telling you it's like you don't want people perceiving you in a way where you're struggling, feel like people either know what's going on with you or they're getting a sense of like your energy and be like, oh, Aquarius is going through it. We don't know, like, since Aquarius isn't asking for help, we're assuming that Aquarius doesn't need help. Right? But they feel very fondly of you. They want to help, right? The Queen of Cups is just a very fabulous card for just general perception of how they see you and like the intent behind you. Ace of Swords shows to me where it's just like yeah, it's just this constant sense of wanting to help you, but they perceive you as this Four of Swords, right? While it's not dismissing, like, you have some trials and tribulations going all around you, you're presenting such a, like, calm exterior where they're just assuming, being like, well, we're gonna just assume if Aquarius truly needed help, they would have no problem saying it. Nine of Wands, I see you as this wounded warrior. Aquarius, yeah. Two of Pentacles here. They're just really, like, anyone that wants to help you right now, Aquarius, like, they don't know how to help you. Nine of Swords, like, they don't know how to help you. They don't know what the right move is for you. Some of you guys, they might be a little bit intimidated trying to approach and be like, oh, do you need help? Because they might be worried in that being like, you thinking that they're calling you weak or what have you. But you do have a lot of people trying to help you, Aquarius. You have people that want to help you, but they don't know how to approach you. They don't know what to do to help you. So make it known, Aquarius. Give people the opportunity to show themselves if they're like your ride or die darling, or if they're going to be truly there to help you. So don't be afraid of coming off as weak, Aquarius. Don't be afraid of just saying it's like, hey y'all, I need some help in this way. If you're able to help me, fabulous, and what have you. I just feel like you'll be very pleasantly surprised. But yeah, Aquarius, that is the weekly tarot reading that I have for you for your horoscope. Hopefully you found some messages that did resonate with you. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you'd like to book a private personal reading with me, Aquarius, my website's linked down below, SimplyVelca.com. Next on my social medias, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all that, darling, just being SimplyVelca. But I love you so much, Aquarius, and I'll be seeing y'all sometime in the near future. I love you so much. Bye.